Coach, congrats on the win, a hard-fought win there. Just give me your overall thoughts.
Yeah, I thought we played well, especially in the beginning. We came out, we got control of the game, which is what we wanted to do. I thought, we had some chances early on as well, and could have maybe scored one or two of those early, and put ourselves in an even better position. But we converted one of them, and then had to deal with what we knew we were going to have to deal with, which is counterattacking and set pieces. But I thought we handled those well.
We talked about earlier this week about how they're such a good organized defensive team.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how you feel, how your offense approached them. You had to be patient.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with the overall? I mean, how do you feel against their defense there?
Well, I think when we built up and we were patient, right, and we got them to to step down and drop and drop and drop, and we moved the ball and we switched the ball. When the ball turned over, we were in a position where we could press them, right, and then win the ball back, or they play long and we keep the ball. I think there were moments where when we actually built up and we went too quickly forward, where the ball turned over but we didn't bring numbers up, and now they were able to counterattack against us. So I think there were moments when we handled it really well, and we created either a good opportunity or a moment where we could repress. And there were other moments where maybe we looked in behind or went forward too quickly, and then now you've got an issue, you got to deal with the counter.
Of course, Luka, scoring 2 goals, up to 34 goals, passing Matias now all alone in 6th place in program history. We've talked about him.
Yeah.
Put into words what he means, and just tonight again, I mean, he's able to finish plays off when you need him.
Yeah, what I'll say is I think Luka had a really good week in training and put a lot of time and effort into his finishing this week, and got in front of goal a lot and looked sharp. And then you see tonight what he's been able to do. But that's the footballer, and I've said it before. He's an incredible person, amazing teammate. He obviously does some really important things for us on the field, but just awesome human being, and we love him.
Luka and Robbie said this is the most connected defensive team that they've ever, since they've been here.
Yeah.
That they feel this is the best defense they've been a part of. Do you agree with that? Is this the best defensive team that you've had here since you've been here?
I do. I think there's this solidness to that group, right? And when we defend, it always starts from the front, and we like to defend with the ball as well. So the more we are able to build up and possess and get numbers forward, now we can repress, and then it's the front group. But then there's this back group that we have, and that includes the holding mids and the back four. And I would tell you, I think that this group is the best we've had. They're able to deal with a lot of things. So they're able to deal with counterattacks, they're able to deal with set pieces, they're able to deal with direct play. And so where I think, maybe we've had a different type of defensive group in the past, this is a group that I think is more equipped to deal with different threats and to be really good in the variety of moments that you're going to see in college soccer.
Coach, the last time we had talked about the test the team would face going on the road against Marshall and Kentucky. Now that we're on the other side of that, how do you feel about this team after seeing them go up against both programs?
Yeah, I think we have a very good team, and I think we're capable of competing. I think we've shown we're capable of competing with, West Virginia, who's, highly thought of, ranked really highly. Marshall, number 1 team in the country. You see that we can compete with anybody, and that we have this ability to get results as well against anybody. So I don't think there's a limit to what this team can do.
What's the biggest thing you think the team can take with them from tonight through the rest of the Sun Belt season? Because you had a very front-loaded conference schedule to start with 2 of the top 5 teams in the country in West Virginia and Marshall. So how do you take what they did tonight through the rest of a Sun Belt schedule that, isn't top 5 in the country as far as ranking purposes anyway?
Yeah, I personally don't ever look at it that way, right? In that I actually think, okay, it's important to know who you're playing and what they're able to do. but our benchmark is us, right? And so what we'll do is we'll do what we do every week, which is we'll look at what we did well, what we can improve on, and then we'll train and we'll watch video and we'll try to get better, and so that the next time we go out, now we're more effective, we're more efficient, we're better at what we are trying to do. And that process is, and I say it this way because that process is no different to when we play Marshall, when we play Clemson, when we play any of the top teams, to the teams that aren't ranked or aren't at, have the same record. The process is exactly the same.
So in that case, what would you say really stuck out tonight that you want to see them do against Coastal?
Well, I'll say this. I felt like there are things in the final third that we did better than we've done in the past in terms of combination play and finding each other. And so now we have to convert the chance at the end, right, and be more efficient in front of goal and around goal. There are probably some moments where we also went forward and it really wasn't there. We weren't. The run happened, right? But the defense read it well. Maybe they reacted where they've dropped, and now we've tried to play that ball, but it's not going to happen. Now we need to see that that's happened. We need to play the next option. And sometimes we need to create the next option to be able to play, but sometimes that option is there, but we're still forcing a pass that we need to see that this isn't the best option now, and that the run was there, but the run created disorganization in our opponent or made the back line drop, and now the space is opened up in other places. And if we're better in those moments, then now we're going to create a better chance.
How much of the fact that you're going to be home again, not have to travel, get some more extra practice time there and work on that? That's not going to help you in this perfect timing here to have the next home match?
Well, is our next match home or is it away? Our next match is away.
Oh, that's right. Away, then
yeah.
Between that's right. That's
so
right.
I think we go ODU.
That's right. ODU
next.
then to Coastal, right?
Yep. So ODU is going to be difficult. They're having a very good season. They're always a tough team, and they're not afraid to work. They're not afraid to kind of just graft and compete. And so that's going to be a really, really difficult game, especially going to Norfolk on their home field. Their head coach, great person. I've known him for a long time. This is his last year. He's retiring. So I know they're going to be up for it.
Coach, we've talked with you before about soccer scheduling, and one thing I've kind of noticed between both soccer teams and both UCF soccer teams are in different conferences this season is that with the Sun Belt you guys play one match a week. How much has been this kind of one match a week schedule really helped you guys this season? Because the American was a pretty big conference last season.
Yeah, I think when we get to play one match a week, you get to recover in lots of different ways, right? So you get to recover emotionally and mentally, and I think that's a big thing to have to, when you play Friday and then you play Tuesday and then you play Friday and then you play Wednesday, and to get up emotionally to give the right kind of effort to the game is difficult. So I'm really glad we're past that point, and that now the guys can go, they can recover, and then they're able to really show up for the next game ready to go and be able to deliver the energy that they need in that game.
All right, awesome. Well, best of luck against ODU, Coach.
Thank you.